Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenna Morrow. I am the founder and principal designer of Morrow Design Studios. We are a residential and commercial interior design firm in the DC area, but we serve clients nationwide. I started this YouTube channel because I want to help my fellow homeowners design a home that they love, sharing design tips and tricks, and I want to also help my fellow entrepreneurs create an entrepreneurship journey they are proud of by sharing candid, behind-the-scenes looks, including some tough lessons I've had to learn, and that's actually what today's video is about. I'm so excited to share that we just celebrated 2 years in business on August 2nd. And let me tell y'all, I've learned so much over the last 2 years. I wish I had an hour on this video today. But in the interest of time, I've condensed these lessons down to just 5 in no particular order, and I'm gonna share them with you right now. Let's go. Number 1, your intuition does not lie. Of course, in business, strategy is key. You have to be strategic about the offerings that you're beginning to roll out. When you're ready to scale, you have to be strategic. When you want to add members to the team, you have to be strategic. But your intuition needs to be on board through every single step. And if it's not, you need to pause for a second, take a step back, and figure out why are you wrestling with this new idea, this new offering, this new team member, whatever it may be. I'll give y'all an example. So in year 1, I interviewed a lovely woman that I wanted to add to the team. She was very impressive in her interview. Her portfolio was impressive. Only for me to find out a few months in, I brought her on and my intuition told me not to. A few months in, I discovered that her portfolio was actually fake. She chose stock images from stock websites in other countries and placed those in her portfolio and presented it as her work. And it wasn't. So guess what? Had I listened to my intuition, I wouldn't have wasted money, time, and resources that I just can't get back. But it was a lesson learned for me. My intuition doesn't lie, and that's the wisdom I want to impart to you today for tip number 1. Second lesson I learned is that you are only as strong as your operations. Now, when I started this business 2 years ago, I came out the gate swinging. My focus was on earning money, finding clients, and literally just starting. So I neglected my operations in that process, which again, lots of lessons learned from that. I lost some clients, I lost some money. It just wasn't up to par, and I knew I had to do better. And I did. Now, when I say operations, to me, that means everything from your automations, that's your client relationship management software, that's your project management software, even down to the templates you use to share deliverables with clients. All of these are your operations, and they're essential to your business. But here's the thing, as your business grows, as you scale it, as you earn new clients, as your services change, your operations have to change too. So you have to be very firm about your operations, and they have to be buttoned up, but you also need to allow them to change and shift and grow to follow the business, the demands of your industry, and the needs of your clients. Okay, lesson number 3. It has 3 steps. Communicate with your clients, then communicate again, and then communicate some more. You literally have to be so repetitive when it comes to client work and client projects, because clients, you can share the steps in your process at the very beginning. Clients are still going to turn around and ask you questions that you've already answered. And that's exactly what happened to me in the first year. I found that no matter how many ways and how many times I explained something to a client in the beginning, that explanation that I shared with them goes completely out of the window. So let's look at what I do now. Okay, my third lesson has 3 steps. Communicate with your clients, then communicate again, and then communicate some more. I know it sounds like a lot, but let me tell you, in the beginning, I would communicate with clients at the very start of a project. But then I discovered a month in, 2 months in, all of that communication has completely gone out the window, and they forgot everything I shared with them. So here's how our new process goes. When a client inquires about our services, they receive our investment guide, which has our pricing structure, but also explains the steps in the process. Then they receive a welcome guide once they sign on, and the welcome guide shares the timeline and exact steps in the process for their project. It's literally tailored to the client. Then we send weekly updates every Friday, and in those weekly update meetings, we explain what's in the deliverable the client just received, but we also explain what is the next phase of the project for them. Even still, clients ask questions. And it's normal, I don't mind answering the questions. However, before I implemented this process, I found myself on email daily, spending so much time replying to clients' questions that I had answered previously, but they just simply forgot about it. People don't go digging for items that you share with them 2, 3, 4 months ago. They simply don't. So you have to make sure that you're constantly communicating client expectations, project expectations, even your expectation. The last thing you want to do as an entrepreneur is have your time wasted. And I don't mean you wasting your time. I mean having clients waste your time, because that is so much lost opportunity to earn. And when you're an entrepreneur, every second counts, because every second could be a second to earn, to learn, to grow. So communicate some more. And even after that, you might have to communicate some more. Number 4, revenue is queen, but profitability is king. So I recently attended a webinar hosted by Hello Alice. If you're a female entrepreneur and you've never heard of them, I highly recommend signing up for them. It's free. They offer webinars, grant opportunities. Love Hello Alice. Please go sign up for them. I'll drop their link in my description below. But anyway, I attended a webinar about building your finances as a new business, a new small business at that. And one of the things the presenter said that really stuck out to me was, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much your business keeps. So I know it feels good to see those invoices paid and on time. I love it. But the reality is, what you bring in is simply your revenue. How much of that you hold on to and keep is your profitability, and that's what investors are curious about, is your profitability. Now, the other reality is, most businesses do not become profitable for the first 4 years. So if you're in year 2 like me and you're not profitable, do not panic. It's coming, as long as you continue to move forward, continue to adjust as needed, and continue to meet the demands of the market. And what I said earlier, make sure your operations are buttoned up. But that's the truth. It can take up to 4 years for your business to become profitable. So what I recommend to you is have a system for managing your finances. For me, I sit down the first Monday of every month to look back at the previous month, to look at the money. What's the revenue that we had this month? Are there any gaps, any ways I can make up for revenue? Because I set my revenue goals for each quarter. How am I looking in terms of my revenue goals? Is there anything I need to do or adjust or start to offer to help close this gap where there's some revenue that still hasn't been accounted for or made? Then I look at my expenses. What am I spending money on that I don't need anymore? Maybe there's a service I signed up for a year ago and I'm still paying for it and didn't even realize it. Well, we don't use it, let's cut it. So look at your finances as often as you can. For me, monthly is most sustainable. Some people prefer weekly, it's really up to you. But you want your focus to be, of course, on revenue, because you can't be profitable if you're not making any money at all. Revenue first, and then look at your profitability. That is the ultimate key to building your business. You want to be profitable. So here's my 5th and final lesson. Don't ignore the client red flags. When you established your business, you had an idea of what type of client you were trying to attract. Same thing with me. I wanted high quality clients because I wanted to be a high quality business. And that shows through in our imagery, our communications, and how we're messaging with clients. That also shows through the client experience. All high quality from beginning to end. Therefore, I want clients who value a high quality experience, who value high quality services, but who also value high quality furniture and decor, and they know that high quality costs, right? So, when I am meeting with potential clients, there are certain things I look out for that will indicate to me that a client would either not value a high quality experience or would not really understand, respect, and have the patience for the design process. That being said, here are 2 red flags, 2 of many, but I'm only sharing 2 today. 2 red flags I look out for. The first one, we have a discovery call with potential clients when they inquire about our services. And the point of the discovery call is to understand their design needs, make sure we're the right fit for them, they're the right fit for us. It's a 10 to 15 minute conversation. If a potential client cannot sit through that 10 to 15 minute conversation to tell me about their project, and oftentimes what happens is during those calls, they'll say, well, let's just tell me your pricing structure. Like, how much is this going to cost me? Or they'll say, well, how long is this going to take? I need this to be a quick turnaround. Those examples tell me that a client is not going to respect our design process, because if you can't sit through a 10 to 15 minute conversation of me explaining our services and asking you about your project, you're not going to have the patience and really truly see the value in our services and our expertise. So it's a no. Second red flag is if I'm talking to a potential client during a discovery call and everything is it's just a small bathroom. I just need accents to complement my sofa I just purchased. Just. When I hear that, from my experience, potential clients are looking for a good price they're not looking for high quality. It's just a small space. Sometimes the small spaces are the most time consuming because that's when we have to get the most creative. Sometimes looking for accents can also be the most time consuming because we have to select accents that match not only your sofa, but all the other elements in the room that, quite frankly, don't match the aesthetic of your sofa. But nonetheless, those are my 5 lessons I've learned during my first 2 years in business as a designer and a full-time entrepreneur. The other thing I want to leave you with is something my mentor imparted on me that I want to impart on you too, which is when you're in business, it's very hard to execute the work and also be the CEO. In the first year, I tried to do both. I was very unsuccessful at both. Now that I'm in year 2, my focus has shifted to being the CEO, being the leader of my business, and allowing my team to be the creatives. I support them through it. I review every deliverable before it goes to a client, so I'm still engaged in the creative side, but I had to pick all creative or all CEO. I've selected all CEO, and it's made it 10 times easier for me to market the business, be strategic, scale the business, grow my team. It's been transformational, so I want to offer that wisdom to you as well. That's all I've got, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a fellow entrepreneur, leave me a comment below and let me know what's a lesson you've learned in business. Whether you've been in it 2 years, 20 years, what's one big lesson you've learned as an entrepreneur that you would like to share with other entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs as they're watching this video? If you like what you saw today, hit that subscribe button because more content about my entrepreneurship journey is coming, plus content about interior design in your own home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.